What's going on, everybody? Mike, the Pun Master, Rivka, Danny Boy, Reginald, Dan Ryans from the Sports Insanity Network. This is not a podcast. We are doing a live reaction to the Indiana Hoosiers winning their first ever football national championship as they defeat the Miami Hurricanes by a score of 27-21, capping off a perfect season. And Dan, forget the whole game for a minute. What a fourth quarter and
Exactly.
second half of football we had
Yeah.
this game.
I mean, I literally took a nap because, I don't care about the first half so much in these college football games because it's really the second half where all the action really starts. And I'm so glad that I did because you saw see the back and forth between Miami and Indiana. Indiana has this massive perfect season on the line and stuff. Obviously we know Indiana is more of a basketball school, but this first go around football, like as a serious contender, looks pretty damn good now. Um, Bro, what a back and forth. Like what a serious back and forth this was. You had the the high stakes game, Miami, essentially a home game, even though there's way more Indiana fans. Um,
That's just inexcusable.
yeah, but nonetheless, technically a home crowd.
Mm.
Um, and then of course you have of course this juggernaut of an Indiana team again trying to get their first title in football, and how sweet it is that it is the number one quarterback in the country right now, Fernando Mendoza, coming up in the clutch to help the Hoosiers win.
There are so many aspects to Mendoza's game tonight to absolutely love. I know everyone's going to talk about the run on 4th and 4
Hmm.
to go up two scores, and he gets that 12-yard touchdown run, put him up 10. By the way, the onions of Signetti to make that call, too,
Yes.
is insane. But to me, Dan, it's more than that. It is the third down throws
Yes.
to keep drives alive and keeping that Miami defense on the field.
Right.
I thought that was massive. I think Indiana was 6 of 15, if I have it right. They were 6 of 15 on third down, 2 of 2 on fourth down.
Yeah.
Everything Indiana did in this game offensively was fantastic. They had a great game plan. They wanted to wear out the front of the Miami defense, which is the strength of their team. Ruben Bain will be a first round pick. They have other guys who will get drafted off that front too. But
Yeah.
Mendoza, the
Hmm.
Indiana offensive line, Indiana ran the ball
Hmm.
very
Very
effectively,
incredibly well.
over
Incredible.
5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
A Roman Hemby and Black, and obviously Mendoza on the keepers he had.
Yeah.
And the Miami defense in the first half, they didn't tackle.
Yeah.
And I think that was a massive letdown for Miami because that cost them.
Mm.
Obviously, the blocked punt in the third quarter is a big play. But man, Mendoza was great. His receivers were great. Signetti was awesome in his bag. The complete and by the way, think about the hype for Indiana in this game because they showed all the celebrities or big names who were there,
Yeah.
including Tom Brady and Mark
Hmm.
Davis, who will be selecting first overall in the draft in April.
Yeah.
And we
And
now
they have
know
their
for
eyes.
sure
Yeah.
who's going one. If it wasn't clear already, it's going to be Fernando Mendoza. And he such a down to earth,
Mm.
great kid.
Yeah.
His demeanor was great. He showed absolute toughness on the touchdown run. His receivers were on point. Cooper, Surratt, everybody he hit. Just a wonderful performance by the Indiana Hoosiers in what should have been a road game, but because the Hoosier fans traveled so well, it wasn't a road game. But man, what a performance capping off an undefeated season. Indiana, you can now say that you are a football school.
Yes. And obviously this national championship victory only boosts that narrative a little bit more. I loved how not only was Mendoza very poised in the pocket and very mature for
Mm-hmm.
his age, but the entire Indiana team, they were hungrier. And nothing against Miami. Miami,
Yep.
they played their hearts out. And for a team that was sort of doubted because of the way that the college football playoff committee selected them to be in it and not other teams. Um, they played their hearts out. They did very well, and we give them a lot of credit. I think a lot of people are eating humble pie for saying that they didn't belong in this playoff, and they did. But this Indiana team had a lot of growth all season.
Mm-hmm.
They played against some really tough teams in a very tough conference. Big Ten is always
Big Ten,
it's
very
rough.
tough.
And they got through a playoff where um they had to face some tough teams as well, and they did a very nice job. So, I mean, credit to this Indiana team, credit to Cignetti, um, who was obviously very popular in JMU and now obviously
Well,
uh,
I, I think you bring up a great
incredible.
point because think about this for a second. They had some big wins on the road, Iowa, the Penn State game
Yes.
where Mendoza hits Cooper for the big touch, but the Big Ten title game, they're playing the big bad Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yep.
What do? They beat the Buckeyes. Okay. Then they're the best team in the country. They get the little mini bye. Then they got to go to the Rose Bowl and play Alabama. They blow the doors off of Alabama in the first half. Alabama didn't even need to show up for the second half.
Yeah.
All right, they beat up Alabama. Now they're playing Oregon, a team they went into Eugene and beat earlier this year by a field goal. Well, they blow the doors off of a really good Oregon team. And now it's like, okay, now it's Miami. And what they did against Miami was the same thing they've done all year. They were the more physical football team.
Yeah.
They were the more disciplined football team, which played a big role in this game. I'll get into that in a few minutes. But Mendoza, they don't turn the ball over. They didn't force a turnover till the very end, but at the end of the day, the Indiana Hoosiers played their asses off. They take your soul, and they just wanted it more. They wanted it more than the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
And to your point, also for the people who go, "Oh, Miami shouldn't have been there." Guess what Miami did? They beat those same Ohio State Buckeyes. They beat Texas A&M in College Station,
Yeah.
and then they beat an Ole Miss team that was running basically on fumes after the whole Lane Kiffin situation. But Miami deserved that opportunity. I think it's also funny that ESPN had Marcus Freeman as a guest analyst for this game. But this was a really good football game. Dan's point, like the first half winds up at the 10-0 Indiana lead because Miami couldn't do anything on offense. And defensively, they were playing very well till the end. Then the second half comes. Miami starts it off with a bang. They get a 3-and-out. Actually, no, they get the face mask penalty, and then they force the punt. But then they boom hit the Mark Fletcher run. All of a sudden, Miami's back in it. They got a little bit of momentum going. Then the blocked punt happens, and special teams was a major impact in this game too. Miami missed a field goal, the blocked punt. Miami also had a shanked punt. So it was a tough slug for the Miami special teams in this game. And that's a big difference, too. But Carson Beck will hear his name called probably on day 3 of the draft. Played an outstanding fourth quarter. Malachi Tony came up big. He was a non-factor in the first half. I kind of felt Shannon Dawson in the first half for Miami, the offensive
Yeah.
coordinator. I just didn't love the game plan. But credit Indiana. They've done it all year. And they played their hearts out. Um, let's see what happens now, though, with no Mendoza. Let's see if they use how they use the portal here, depending on what they're going to do at quarterback. But man, what a year for the Indiana Hoosiers.
Yeah, just a terrific season, like overall. And again, the big start of what we hope is a program that will continue to grow, and obviously stay at the top if they can. Um, and now that again, like I said, massive boost to the program. Now you definitely can see many different recruits want to go there because of their football pedigree, their newly found football pedigree. It's really cool stuff.
It's great stuff. And see what they got in 26. If they got the opponents out just for this upcoming year. So Indiana will play North Texas, Howard, and Western Kentucky. That'll be their out of conference stuff. In conference, they're going to play Minnesota, Northwestern, Ohio State, Purdue, USC. Those are the home games. Then they have at Michigan, at Nebraska, at Rutgers, and at Washington. So that's some tough sledding for Indiana. At Michigan won't be easy. At Washington, but getting Ohio State and SC at home could be big for them too.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see what happens there with Indiana, but also for Miami here for a second. They've gone the first couple of years here with Mario Cristobal. They've gone into the portal to get their quarterback Carson Beck.
Yeah.
This year and last year, obviously, it was Cam Ward. So we'll see if they're going to hit the portal again or if they're got someone waiting in the wings for Mario Cristobal's team. But Miami's going to have talent next year. Malachi Tony will be back. And they got some other pieces coming back. But Indiana, when they found something in this game, they stuck to it. Those back shoulders, those fades on third down.
Yeah.
Just what a performance by the entire Indiana Hoosiers team. I mean, what more can you say? Undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect 16-0.
Yeah. And this is forever. Like they are in the history books forever. And it's incredibly cool. And to go out with such heart and such soul with it too. I always talk about college. I don't like to compare them to the pros where they get criticized and everything. These kids are just trying to make it.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see the competitiveness. Even when it wasn't a lock for Indiana to win, they still played with such great competitiveness. By the way, I don't know if you saw the bruises on Fernando Mendoza's arm during the interview.
Oh
Um,
my! How about the
like
busted lip?
yeah, that too.
Oh,
Like this dude's gonna be tough as nails. This is gonna be incredible to watch him in the NFL. It's a shame that he can't come here to New York, but it's okay. We get it. You're gonna go to Vegas, and hopefully you don't get lost over there. Um, but you know, nah, this man he's really tough, dude. He's a incredible performer. and
That
I wish him the
run,
best.
that run
Mm,
was
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Well, it's a good play call,
Yeah,
but and at the same time, to get the extra yard because he could have just went down, got the first
yeah.
down, just went down, and then you're at the 2 yard line or something like that. He
And
decides to make that extra effort to ensure that 2 point that 2 score lead.
yeah, I mean that run, the hits he's taking on that run,
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I thought he really like hurt his arm or his shoulder in that.
well, I
Like,
thought he got hurt earlier in the game because Miami, Signe even said it during that post game interview with Molly McGrath, like their offensive line could not protect.
yeah.
They were having problems with the Miami front, and man, that guy is so tough.
Yeah.
He's gonna get used to getting hit because he's gonna play for the Raiders. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
what a game by him. What a game by Mark Fletcher of Miami, Malachi
mm,
Tony. I brought
yeah.
up Cooper in Surratt for Indiana.
Yeah.
This was just a this was a fun football game.
Exactly. And it came down to the wire.
Yeah,
I know Beck's got to be killing himself for throwing into double coverage at the end, which he didn't really see coming.
he
Uh,
didn't think that safety was coming over.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's something he's going to have to learn to read if he really wants to be a good NFL quarterback. But at the same time, the thing that'll kill Miami more than anything is the slow start.
Yeah.
And again, you credit Indiana because Indiana's defense was massive in this game. They stopped the run. They forced Miami to be one dimensional, and they couldn't even get that done for the most part. So credit Indiana. Here's the Miami opponents for this on that this upcoming season. They'll host Florida A&M and Central Michigan. On November the 7th, they will head to Notre Dame. I know Bill Murphy will be rooting for the Miami Hurricanes that day.
Mhm.
They also go to Clemson. They'll play BC, Duke, Florida State, Pitt, Virginia Tech at home, at North Carolina, at Stanford, at Wake Forest on the ACC schedule. So, listen, we'll see if Miami is legitimately back. They had a great year. They deserve to be in the college football playoff, but they ran into a juggernaut. And the Indiana Hoosiers, for the first time ever, are your national champions. That just feels so weird to say for as long as I've been watching college football,
Yeah.
and Indiana has never been that great.
Well, I mean, for the longest time, they weren't like a serious team,
No,
but here they are.
here they are. All they had to do was grab a coach from James Madison
Yeah.
who brings over a bunch of kids from his own school. And Indiana in the last 2 years has become the most consistent team in the country. It's unbelievable how quickly things can change now in college sports with the transfer portal being what it is,
Yeah.
with NIL
The
being what it
NIL.
is.
And that's another big thing, the money. Like the amount of money that they received. I think like they're doing some big time. They're looking into like the fact that Indiana got so much money over the past couple of years just to get them to being uh the highly touted team that they've become. Um, it's crazy, man. But look, whatever you got to do, to really grow the program. It's hard. It's hard nowadays.
And Kurt Signetti,
Yeah.
I can't tip the cap enough to this guy. What he did at JMU to go to Indiana in 2 years, make them become a national powerhouse.
Yeah.
I don't care what he does next year. That man has a job for a very long time. They've already extended him, which is awesome. But he will always go down, like you said earlier, history books. This is the first team to win at Indiana football. Our hat is off to them. Now let's see what happens next year. Who's the quarterback?
Yeah.
Can they contain Ohio State and Michigan? And see what happens next. But you know what? I'm not going to be the person who doubts Kurt Signetti at this point.
Yeah.
This was a fantastic football game. I hope everyone who watched it enjoyed it. But Fernando Mendoza, tonight, you earned yourself the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
You earned yourself to be the number one pick in the
Yeah.
draft.
And this idea, well, there's not really much of a competition in the quarterback class. But no, like he earned it. He earned his top spots. Heisman, number one quarterback in the country in college, and then now on his way to Vegas, being the number one draft pick in the NFL.
Let's start it out like this. He'll go to Indianapolis for the combine, go to Pittsburgh for the draft, then he'll be on his way to Vegas.
Yeah.
He's going to rack up some frequent flyer miles.
Well, don't gamble on it too much,
Oh, wait a second. We got a little bit of football breaking news here at 11:58.
Well, might as well. Might as well.
But Adam Schefter, ESPN sources, the Tennessee Titans are working to finalize a deal to hire 49ers defensive coordinator and former Jets head coach Robert Saleh as the team's next head coach.
Okay.
So Robert Saleh to the Titans.
Good luck to him. I know he had interviewed in Baltimore earlier, so I wonder if he really found the situation in Tennessee more intriguing. I'm kind of shocked because not that he I would think you'd want to go somewhere with a better quarterback and probably a better team setup, but to each their own. I think Robert Saleh likes the challenge.
I don't love this for the sake of what's the plan with Cam Ward?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
OC.
Like if you went to a Baltimore, or Pittsburgh, that would make a little more sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Listen,
it's not a slam dunk for me if I'm Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
I mean, great for the Titans. They got their coach, but
But here's going to be the long-term question. We'll see what happens. I could see a situation. Maybe Saleh teams up with his former running mate in Miami, Mike McDaniel, and Mike McDaniel becomes the OC.
And if that's the case,
then I like this for Cam.
Okay. That's actually it's a good point. I mean, I don't know. Like I would have gone somewhere with way more of an experienced team built to win now. But let's see. You never know.
Or you could have stayed in San Francisco as the DC for another year. No one's going to argue that one. That's a good team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wants to be head coach. Like, I get it.
Yeah, so.
Apparently he spent all day in Nashville.
All day with Nashville.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, right as the clock was about to strike midnight.
You know what's interesting? Robert Saleh used to coach the New York Titans. Now he's going to the Tennessee Titans.
Funny.
Oh. So he's tightening it up.
Oh, my God.
So congrats to Saleh. I'm sure myself and Noah will have more on the Wishbone podcast when we record that later this week. But this was supposed to be about the Indiana Hoosiers. and the Miami Hurricanes in a great football game. Again, congrats to the Hoosiers. Congrats to Miami on a great season too. College football alive and well, and we'll see you back in August. College football,
Yep. Yep. It was a great season. Great
fun
season.
season, very fun.
You know, a lot of great teams out there that, you know, all these young kids playing out their dreams and just doing a tremendous job. Like,
Yeah, listen, we got a lot of storylines going into the 2026 season. Indiana's going to be a storyline. Michigan under Kyle Whittingham is going to be a storyline. Miami will be a storyline. Ryan Day in Ohio State with Julian Sayin returning storyline. Oregon. We got a lot of great teams across the country. And we got a lot of interesting coaches too, coaching situations. So we'll see what happens. But congrats to the Hoosiers. From everyone here at the Sports Insanity Network. For Dan, Mike, like, comment, subscribe here to the YouTube channel. Go to the website, thesportsinsanitynetwork.com for great blogs, vlogs, planes, trains, and automobiles. Follow us on the socials, Twitter, @Insanity Real, Facebook, the Sports Insanity Network. Dan, anything else you want to give the people?
Audio version of today's SIP, now yesterday's SIP, is about to drop soon. It's already up on YouTube, and then of course 6 Man Up Wednesday. Talking Knicks. Are you doing an NFL recap, or are you gonna wait?
So NFL recap will not take place this week. We're going to cover everything Wishbone. Batter Up. Special edition Batter Up tomorrow night. We're going to recap the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about some of the free agent signings. We will also have a special Breakaway Bandits this week.
Okay.
All about the retooling New York Rangers. There'll be a special episode that I am looking forward to doing. I will have my notes ready, and Noah will probably upload it. And we will have a lot of fun when it comes to the Rangers. So that is the plan for the week.
Check it out. All here.
All here, wherever you get your podcasts. Let's have a time in 2026.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before you know it, spring training, Mike. You know?
Spring training is on the horizon.
And still no word on Bellinger. I have a feeling he's going to go to you, the Mets. So watch out for that.
We are on notice of Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All righty, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
It was a blast.
Yeah. Talk to y'all soon.
Bye-bye.